Sergio Perez in the wall. Where's he gone in the wall? But you can see how tricky it is out there. Going to the grid, you can see how slim the rear wing is.
So, drivers had 4 sets of intermediates, 3 sets of full wets for qualifying in the race, and for the weekend indeed. They do get an extra set because it was of inters, because it was a wet practice session. They all have a brand new set of wets available for the Grand Prix.
And one of those sets of wet weather tyres available is going to be put to use now as Bernd Mailander leads the cars away on the formation lap. Now, if the formation lap is started behind the safety car, the number of race laps will be reduced by the number of laps carried out by the safety car -1. So expect to see the lap count ticking down when the cars cross the line at the end of this lap. And that might be in quite a while's time, because look how slowly and carefully the cars are having to take La Source and red flag.
They were all considered formation laps there, because the 2 hours hasn't started yet, has it, on the computer here?
No, the clock hasn't started.
Which I was a bit surprised. I thought after they finished the first lap, worse than Charlie Whiting.
Yeah, if you can give me a couple of sausages. Some sausages for me, for the barbecue. So is the race still gonna last 2 hours, or no, it's... Are
you thinking about your dinner?
I was thinking that we might need some lights.
Yeah, but the question has...
Yes. And in the middle of that, there may or may not be some action.
And there is Bernd Mailander. Is he on social media as well? He is, Martin. Look at that. What do you do if you're the safety car driver? You can't move from your position, taking a nap on the Sunday afternoon. You know, even at Bernd's age, you know, some of us that are 50 plus, we like a little nap on a Sunday occasionally. Can't do that. So he's is he tweeting?
He's placing a bet on him winning this race, I think.
For a break in the clouds, a break in our bad luck in terms of the weather this afternoon, and the chance for a Belgian Grand Prix to start. Us, you, and about 70,000 people here at the circuit that have made their trek to Spa to see their heroes in action. And I'm sure George Russell waiting patiently too, because this could be a big day for George Russell, starting on the front row, of course, for Williams. Not quite sure what the rule is for the footwear that is appropriate for standing on a grassy bank at the side of Spa on a Sunday afternoon in the rain, but I did see somebody leaving the circuit yesterday in flip-flops, which I thought was particularly optimistic from his morning predictions as to what he should be wearing. And it's all too much for little Lando Norris. 21 years old. He just needs a bit of sleep.
He did have rather a shunt yesterday, didn't he?
He did.
I would imagine he wasn't super comfortable overnight.
To be honest, it's I'm surprised more drivers don't go and find themselves a little spot, maybe in the hospitality units and the motorhomes out the back, where they can just, you know, keep quiet, keep calm, maybe have a little nap if they need to. Well, there are many things this afternoon that we have never seen before, but now we have 20 cars in the pit lane and a light about to go green, and Bernd Mailander in the safety car, after a wait of about 3 hours, can leave the pit lane finally and lead the cars out onto the track finally. And we have 20 cars because Sergio Perez allowed to start this race from the pit lane after crashing on his way to the grid. The delays have enabled Red Bull to fix his car. He's been able to take part in the race or leave his garage in a few moments. The pit exit is open and we have cars on the track.
The race is unquestionably underway.
Green lights and away we go, I think is how it goes. And even Max Verstappen, they're trying to pull out from directly behind the safety car to be able to see what's going on. So the key on the timing screens now is that one lap has now officially been completed, as we red flag the race with a race win if we can't get going again. And with 2 full laps completed, race control has now decided it is time to go back to the pit lane again, because conditions haven't improved. They'll be monitoring the radio, they'll be laps behind the safety car was enough for a classification. Max Verstappen wins then for Red Bull and Honda in what is their 50th race in their partnership. George Russell takes second place for Williams, ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. Daniel Ricciardo, best result of the season for him, in fourth. Sebastian Vettel, fifth place for him, ahead of Gasly and Ocon, Leclerc, Latifi and Carlos Sainz. Maybe George Russell.
Basically, you know, the conditions just became worse and worse from 3 o'clock onwards. So maybe we should start the race at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. That would be a bit better for everyone, I think.
It was incredibly tricky out there. I was in second and I couldn't see a single thing whenever we got over about 140 miles an hour with the spray. So I can't imagine how it was for the guys at the back. So nevertheless, it's been a good last 2 races for sure.
Yeah, I love racing and obviously in the rain, and today was just hardcore conditions, and somebody would have got hurt if we had started the race.
Look, it makes me happier about yesterday's qualifying, of course, like that then gave us the result today, but yeah, obviously today we didn't earn anything. It was all earned yesterday.
Hoping for the race to start, I was always looking at the radar and hoping that, you know, at some point it would stop, but there was new rain popping up, and it's not a lot of rain, but it's just continuous. It just doesn't stop, and I guess faster difficulties to start the race with the spray is just not possible. So probably the right decision, but obviously feels horrible for the people out here.
On the bright side for the team, it's another point for me, podium for the team as well. More points to solidify our P8 in the championship, so that's a positive for sure.
It's so difficult to describe, you know, how bad it is. And you know, we're racing drivers, like we want to come and race, you know. It's not like we just want to take the day off today, especially me. I want to try and make up for yesterday, so I really wanted to come out and have some fun and do some overtaking and put on a good show, but we also know when it's just too dangerous and it's not safe for us.
Visibility was the main concern. I couldn't see a thing. I mean, Yuki was around 100 meters in front of me. I couldn't see the rear lights anymore. And you know, if a car spins or slows down more than you'll collect them, and that at 300 is not the right thing to do.
No, my mistake was very costly. So in the end, we lost a couple of points there with my crash. But I have to say, amazing job from my boys. You know, they managed to turn the car around in a couple of minutes, and that was very impressive. It just shows the spirit that Red Bull Racing has, and that's very, very nice to see.